All right, and so now we actually get to pick between the two of them. The Mysterious One V and Nero. I'm going to stick with Nero. He's more my speed.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's do this one. Oh, no, these are choices. We could, I'm guessing what this means is we could eventually come back and play as V and see what he did.
Well, yeah, that would make sense.
Oh my gosh. There's so much here. Oh, they put the blanket back on. That would actually be funny if the red smoke just kind of covered up her boobs. Like, somewhere off in the distance, Zack Snyder is happy that Smoke was able to cover up boobs.
That's too good.
All right. I am not going to spend anything just yet. I want to see if I can build it up.
Little saving ain't gonna hurt no one.
Wow, I can kind of understand now why some people had issues with this game, but I'm laughing at it. It's hilarious. This is what I expect from Devil May Cry.
It's lovely. I couldn't have asked for anything more.
Oh, so speaking of E3, there was actually one other thing that got brought to us literally after the podcast. I want to bring it to you really quick.
Cool.
Because we might not be able to talk about it on the podcast, but there was another YouTube incident at E3 that happened on the show floor.
Oh, okay.
Do you by chance remember the name Zombie Unicorn?
It sounds familiar, but I think it's because I know what you're about to say, but go ahead.
Okay, so I believe we had you on this episode where we covered the bully hunters. Do you remember that?
That doesn't ring a bell.
So bully hunters was actually going to be an organization that this girl, Zombie Unicorn, helped set up. Basically, the way that it would work is, let's just say you're playing Overwatch and you're getting harassed online.
Yes.
Okay. So the premise of this was that you would then contact the bully hunters, and then pay them to contact a bully hunter. So an expert gamer who is on their basically on their payroll, to then come into your game and harass the people that are harassing you.
I don't really like that, to be honest.
Well, nobody did. And you want to know how long this idea lasted, Brinton?
Very short, I hope.
Less than 12 hours.
Thank God.
It was officially dead by that point. Like, their live stream was horrible when they debuted it. And on top of that, like I said, the creator and the host of it, Zombie Unicorn, her reputation, she'd like to think, has recovered, but it hasn't. And as this probably will not be a surprise to you, hardcore freaking feminist. And so, yeah, that was the thing. And she obviously I believe she invested some money into it, and then she lost it because it failed.
Of course.
So guess what she decided to do after that?
Tell me.
So, like, how often do you watch Twitch?
Not very often, to be honest with you.
There's been a new craze that has hit Twitch in the last year where women will literally go on and do body painting.
Okay.
I'm not even kidding when I say this. They will literally put, like, they'll go on full frontal of upper section. They'll have little nipple pasties on, and that apparently gets them past the censors. I don't know how it does, because if a guy did that on Twitch, he'd be banned.
You can follow if you want. I'm going.
But yeah, they put the little nipple pasties on them, and then they paint their body into, like, the armor of Wonder Woman. Or in Zombie Unicorn's case, she has one where she made herself look like Daphne from Scooby-Doo.
That's kind of cool.
Well, it's cool, but like, my biggest problem with this is, again, let's just say for the sake of argument, if you decided to show up on your stream shirtless, you'd be banned on Twitch. And all it takes is tiny little nipple pasties for her to not be banned.
Yeah, I don't like that, but additionally, I could never see myself being shirtless on a stream.
Yeah, but I'm saying theoretically here. But yeah, so this was what she was doing, and on top of that, there was no, like, age notification for this, like, if underage kids were coming in to watch this. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, because you now have an adopted 7-year-old boy.
Yes,
he could walk into her stream and get boobs right on the screen.
Don't like that at all.
Okay, that's why I don't like the double standard here on Twitch. Like, if you're not gonna let guys do it, don't let girls do it. But anybody who criticized this, sexist right off the bat.
Of course.
So,
Based on the type of person you've described to me here, like
so now that I've explained these two incidents, guess who was at E3 this year?
her,
Yes. And guess what she was complaining about?
something sexist related.
Well, you know E3. You've at least seen some news covered from it, right? So if I say the term booth babe, you probably know what that is.
Yes, I do.
Okay? Well, there was booth babes at this year's E3, and she decided to put up a snark post on Instagram criticizing the game companies for hiring booth babes. Now, you guys might remember that I just said the word hire, as in paid to do it, as in they agreed to dress in scantily clad shit and parade their bodies around. Okay? That's a contract saying I am willing to do this.
Right, exactly.
And she criticized the game companies for getting on their case for doing booth babes, and that, no, you shouldn't be doing booth babes. Well, then the internet had something to say about it.
Of course.
They lashed out at her, and she spent the next better part of 2 hours clarifying her statements and saying, I know, it's a willing contract and good for them, but game companies shouldn't even be doing this anymore. Well, if they don't do it, then they don't get paid. Here's the thing that you don't realize here, sweetheart, is some of the girls that are going to be booth babes at E3, guess what they want to do with their lives? They want to be models. They want to be sexy dancers in a music video. Well, how do you think you get those roles?
Yeah,
You parade your body around. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with it, but they made the choice.
I think that people who get their popularity and fame on the internet don't understand that it's not like that. The way people get into the careers they're in is not as simple as getting enough support or sexualizing themselves or being funny enough or doing what everybody else is doing on the internet to become famous.
Yeah.
Like there are people like these booth babes who do have to do these type of shows in order to
And here's the thing,
build their portfolios.
Some of those girls enjoy doing it.
Yeah, that makes sense because that's what they want to do. If they didn't enjoy doing it, then oh Lord, honey, you should probably reconsider what your career should be.
Yeah, no kidding. Like that's literally what you're bargaining for. If you want to show off your body, you got to show off your body. So, it's just one of those things of like, okay, that's great and all that you want to be Little Miss White Knight coming in and saying that they're oppressed, but they're not oppressed. They're willingly doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's ridiculous. And what's even better about it, I didn't even know this, but so along with the booth babes kind of stuff, there's like this organization for Formula One racing called, I can't remember, it's like the Formula One Squad or something like that, where a bunch of scantily clad girls go out and they'll like introduce the racers as well as be the ones to flag the race to go. That organization got disbanded, I think it was this year or last year.
Yeah.
Do you want to know who also was one of those girls? Tyra Banks got her start doing that.
Oh, really?
She did.
Huh.
And so Zombie Unicorn came in and just criticized this for not being a viable means of work, and just look at all the success that Tyra Banks has had.
I love
Granted,
Tyra
most of
Banks.
it's, look, guys, most of it's model. But Tyra made the choice to model. Are we literally going to tell her she can't do that? Is that where we're going right now?
Apparently. Oh my gosh.
Drives me crazy, people.
It's one of the few moments in life where I am truly speechless.
Oh, but I'm just very happy that the internet basically did what I was going to do for me. Of calling Zombie Unicorn on her shit. Because my bottom line is that, like, I have to look at this from a parenting perspective.
Right.
If my little girl came on and was watching Zombie Unicorn, and the impression that she got is like, this is what a woman is worth or good for, is like, that's how you earn money, is you gotta put paint on your body and go full topless, I would be complaining to Twitch about it. I'd be reporting her. And I would actually also be reporting Twitch and probably looking into legal counsel to say, like, yeah, you are putting on potentially harmful content because she's not the only body painter there.
Gotta push on ahead.
Now, I'm saying that knowing full well that I've been a very big advocate of a lot of creative endeavors. And if you ask me honestly, do I care that these people exist on Twitch? No, I do not. What I do care about is that you need to be able to properly age restrict them.
Yeah, set it for like mature audiences, so
Yes.
that way it avoids younger people from being able to
And I can
watch
already
this
feel,
kind of stuff.
I can already feel Alex in the distance going, but age verification on the internet is shit. Like, it's so easy to bypass. All you have to do is lie. Still put it there.
Well, no. Well, let me. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be speaking directly to Alex here for a second.
Oh crap! I got Alex in trouble. Now I'm gonna hear about it.
No, like I mean, and that's fine. I mean, if he wants to come at me for this, that's completely his prerogative.
Well,
but,
and it's not like he doesn't have a valid complaint.
which, I mean, it's fine. But dude, at the same time, no child under the age of 10 is gonna be logging into Twitch. This is just some kid who is getting on the website, is completely clueless of a username and password.
And that actually, yeah, that's how YouTube does it. Is you have to log in.
And like any child can go onto Twitch and just like search Fortnite. If they had like an age verification, then then that's when that will block them, because it's like, oh, you need to be like 18 or 21 or older to watch this content. Please log in.
Yeah.
And at that point, they will have the right sense of mind to ask mom and dad, hey, can you set this up for me? And
And then the parents can look you in the eye and go, no, you're too young. Kind of thing.
yeah, exactly.
Which, guess what? Whether you like it or not, that is the parent's prerogative. Like that, the child, in your case 7, in my case 3, they're not capable of making that decision. They do not have age of consent yet.
Oh, no, absolutely
and so
not.
At that point, like that's what I have a problem with, is that you're basically not doing anything to protect them. They can literally walk into something and not understand it.
And in all honesty, like my husband and I, we do not let our son watch any sort of videos on YouTube. YouTube,
Especially given the recent circumstances, I can't say I disagree with you on it.
like YouTube, Twitch, any sort of like place where you can watch videos are banned for him at least. If there's something we want him to watch on YouTube, obviously it's something we've already seen once and we would like for him to watch as well. But if he wants to go and like watch Fortnite videos on YouTube, nope. And why is that? It's because he had a neglectful mother who let him watch whatever he wanted, and it taught him things that no 7-year-old should know, but unfortunately he does. Like, I guess there's this one channel, he calls it Jeffy, and it involves like puppets. Anyway,
I want to say it sounds familiar, but
it's not good. It's like the content is so horrible. Like I
just remember looking up, like, and maybe that's where I know the term, like when what was it called? YouTube, like Elsagate. That's what it was called. When they had all of the porn-esque Disney characters on screen. I remember looking those videos up because, you know, I had little girls at the time, and it absolutely surprised me that YouTube had no problem with those things existing. Turns out later they did have a problem, especially when they lost advertisers. But that existed, but at the same time, like, my content could be demonetized because it's considered to be offensive.
Yeah, so I found
Really? Like, you just barely had Catwoman on Spider-Man, crotch to crotch. In, I don't know what she's on top of him, you know, like, and they're on a bed, by the way, and they're making motions with their hips. That existed! It doesn't exist now, but it existed on YouTube. That's porn! That's porn with clothes on.
So, I mean, I found what I was looking for. So the YouTube channel is called Super Luigi Logan. And pretty much it's this dude who
So
plays...
it's Logan Paul's porn channel?
Well, it's with puppets.
Oh, geez.
But it's with, like... It's with puppets and with Nintendo toys. So, of course, obviously any child is going to be attracted to this stuff, but it's super inappropriate content. And this channel almost has 4 million subscribers. And this is so of course any child is going to be able to get onto this, because I doubt that there's an age restriction.
No. The way that it kind of sounds to me, and given what we know of YouTube, probably not.
And so like, we flat out told.
But remember, Britton, we're vile haters because we have a problem with that. You see now why I have a problem with the biases of YouTube right now, people?
Oh, I'm just
ridiculous.
I just got distracted by a couple of messages from my husband. He was like, so enter son name here, because I'm not going to say his name on the internet.
Yes.
Now that, like,
really good idea.
I mean, now that he's legally mine, I can rightfully say I'm not going to share his name on the internet. So enter son name here asked me why my character was white, as in like why his Lalafell in Final Fantasy XIV is white.
Okay.
And Nathan didn't completely finish the sentence. But anyway,
it's texting. I've learned to forgive.
No, anyway, so he was like, so my brother-in-law, he goes, say because you are. And so Nathan goes, he super struggles being a brown colored skin.
Okay.
Because, I mean, his mom is white, but his dad was, like, he's clearly half black. So his dad, whom we don't know who his biological dad is, but he's half black.
Okay.
So, oh my gosh, my brother-in-law says, just get a new kid. Nathan, luckily the raid I was in had like 4 non-white characters, so I pointed them out.
So I'm concerned as to, so he had a problem with why his character was white?
Yeah, my one thing that we've been trying to teach my son lately is not to worry about the skin color of other people, because he's become very obsessive over that recently. And I don't completely blame him, because we do live in very white Utah, but not
only that, but like modern day culture has become so
and I mean, like, in his class he was the only brown kid, so like he flat out said he's like talked several times to us about like how he's the only brown kid. He feels like there's more white people than brown people, and we're like, there are definitely more brown people than white people. But how do you help a 7-year-old understand that when
you should bring him over to my neighborhood, because we've got like they'll probably be darker than him. We've got lots of like really. I'm not meaning to be rude with this, but like absolute straight Denzel Washington black.
Well, I did notice. Notice a house up for sale in this neighborhood, so maybe we'll just move here.
Actually, don't do that.
No,
we want to move out. We're sick and tired of the HOA.
Yeah, based on everything you've told me about your HOA, I would rather stick to my shitty HOA.
But no, I was just saying, like, he might be able to find more there, but and decent guys. Like I've met one of them has a dad there, and the other one I'm not sure about because I haven't met the family yet.
Yeah.
But the one that I've met, he's an awesome guy.
Yeah, but anyway, like, I got distracted by those messages just because I just like to keep myself.
Just watch in the comments like racist.
No, we're not racist. We're trying to help our 7-year-old understand that the color of your skin does not define who you are and should not define how you treat other people, because we want him to be able to advocate for himself once he's a teenager, and he has to deal with shitty teenagers treating him like shit because he's half black. That's ultimately what we're trying to arrive to.
I grew up watching Doug on Nickelodeon. All right, I wanted a friend that was blue.
My best friend.
Kidding. I wanted a Skeeter Valentine.
My best friend in elementary school was black. I mean, we chat every once in a while. I did like a Smash Brothers 50 stock challenge video with him.
Nice.
But but I mean, my best friend in elementary school was a black kid, and he was one of the best people I have ever been able to like be in contact with, because he is such a cool guy. Lucky for me, like, I play a Rogadin in Final Fantasy XIV, and Rogadins are like these big muscular pirate type dudes or women, and they don't have traditional skin colors. So I literally look like a lighter version of the Incredible Hulk, is what I'm trying to say.
So a lighter green.
Yeah, a light greenish kind of skin tone. Whereas a lot of the races that Nathan chooses from are your typical elves, the Lalafell, humans. So yeah, you can choose from like those tanner, darker skin tones, but Nathan usually kind of sticks more to a paler kind of white, which is his choice. I'm not criticizing him on that. But with the child who is extremely obsessive over skin tone and like the color of your skin, like he hasn't once asked me like, why is your character green? Because to him it's like, oh, that's way cool. So it's just a little conflicting for him. But again, I'm not trying to criticize my husband.
People might wonder why I've stayed on the screen so long. I didn't realize that we were coming so close to Castlevania.
Oh yeah, I was one as I was.
And that would be weird because that's a Konami game.